Do I need to move around?
Good morning and Merry Christmas Eve. You are listening to Flora Rockstars, rocking the real estate news and all things local. We are live and we are here, and I just want to say good morning. And we're going to have a good show today. We also are going to have a guest that is a pre recorded guest, but nevertheless, he's got a fantastic Christmas song. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. And we're back again. Merry Christmas Eve. And I am Teresa. This is Holly. And Nathan's over in the corner.
Hello.
Good morning.
And we got a great show. And we're going to have quote of the week. We're going to talk about our weekends. Maybe some little bit about our favorite Christmas memories. And of course, numbers aren't sexy, but they tell a story. We're going to hear a great Christmas song from Austin Bohannon. And then we're going to see what else happens. So, how was your weekends?
Fantastic. We have partied and partied and partied with our family. Let's see. I guess we started it all off Friday morning with our adult children at our house. Had an amazing breakfast. All of our older kids were in. Our oldest, she came in and stayed for a couple nights, so we got to really visit with her.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that.
And Clarissa, I know her and Clarissa just like they were just thick as thieves. It's
That's good.
so cool to see our oldest and second youngest to be so close. And then Friday night we went to my sister's with my dad and my mom and all of our like immediate family like that. And we played Christmas games. We had so much fun. I mean, we're competitive. I did not realize how competitive we are. And I have videos, so if you haven't watched them, I put a reel together and you can see us playing and stuff. And I beat my sister every time I played against her.
Not a little bit of competition there, is there?
Oh no, not at all.
I thought we were pretty bad, but your sister and her family, they're ruthless when it comes to being competitive.
They are. And then me and you competed. I beat you too.
I let you win.
But it was so much fun. We had a bag full of like that my mom had went around and gathered up all kinds of like goodies and stuff for prizes to give away. And then of course we had a great meal. Nathan had made his prime rib. Oh my gosh, it was just so good. And all kinds of good food. And then let's see, Saturday we had another Christmas thing with my group of friends that I used to run around with. Don't run around with them as much now. Kind of had to.
It was more so a Ohio State whoop ass thing.
Yeah, that's true. We did. We watched that. We ate lots of food and laughed, and we had Avery with us that night too for a little bit. And
Yep.
my cousin is
Sorry.
raising a baby deer right now, and he came in the house, and so it was quite funny. I have a picture of Avery petting this deer,
Feeding it.
and feeding it, and there is a deer head on the wall behind it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She's just raising her own food.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was like. Yeah, that's raising your own food. And then Sunday night we had church. There were 11 services total between all three campuses. So if you missed church, I am so sorry because it was fantastic.
It was good. The
It
music
is.
was
If
good.
if you do want to go back, you can actually watch it on YouTube and Facebook. They do post that on there.
It's
and-
Faith Church.
Yep, Faith Church. Oh my gosh, that I wish you missed the very first one.
Yeah, she missed it. Yeah.
So when we come in and it gets and all the lights go dark and all you see is Morgan on the screen and she's like kind of lit up and stuff, and we're like, where is she at? Like, 'cause she's not on the stage. All you see is the screen.
I thought it was like the 11th, service. So like she probably tired out, and this was a recording because it was up on the screen. No, she was performing behind us up on a stage.
Oh.
Up where he films at. And so, because me and Clarissa turned around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there she is. And then, because then the next thing you know, there she is on the stage. So she come down and got on the stage.
Mm.
Oh, it was phenomenal. We absolutely loved it. So what'd you do?
I watched the game, and I, of course, was torn. The Ohio State Tennessee game. I kind of wanted to. My heart is Ohio State, but I also have a part of my heart that's Tennessee, and I so wanted Tennessee to win because, they haven't been there in a while, and just to get a win with the playoff games would have been great, and they would have had a hard time with Oregon, I think, but. Still, I would have liked to seen.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, Ohio State came to play. They came out just rocking it, and they had they were embarrassed the last game against Michigan. They should have won that game, but so they had a score to. I don't even know what to say.
A score to settle.
Yeah, score to settle, and they needed that win. And if that team shows up, if that Ohio State team shows up, they will give Oregon a run for their money. The Ducks are bad. I mean, they are bad, meaning good. But
I heard they're like nobody's beat them yet this year.
Well, right, and so it's going to be. I think depending on what team shows up for Ohio State,
it's like. It's funny if you think about it. You have all these teams, the Predators and the like, just all these fierce animals that Just,
and then you got
Ducks and Buckeyes.
True.
Is Buckeye a nut?
Buckeye is a poisonous nut. It's a worthless nut.
That
It's actually a
explains
seed,
for Ohio.
technically.
Technically, it
That
is a
explains
seed.
a lot for Ohio. And then when you tell me about the turtle trophy, and I'm like,
Oh,
a
the
turtle
Illabuck.
trophy?
Yeah, because whenever Illinois and Ohio State play, it's another rivalry, close to home type thing, and they play for a wooden trophy of a turtle, and it's called the Illabuck.
I'm like, why? Of all things, of course, I had to read about it because I was just curious. But it's like, of all things, a turtle.
Yeah.
Ohio people are just weird. Y'all are weird.
So anyway, I look forward to the Ohio State Oregon game. So we'll see how that goes. And I did that, and David and I went visiting and finished shopping, Christmas shopping, and cleaned house.
We got to do that today.
Oh my gosh, we got to do that.
Everything you just said, we got to do that today.
Go visiting with David.
Yeah, well, actually, but
He's busy today, so you can't.
Well, we have another Christmas this
Lordy
evening,
mercy.
too. My Uncle
Yeah.
Mike and my Aunt Trish every Christmas Eve have like a party at their house, and it's just family and friends and people from the church. And if you if anybody that wants to come can come. By the way, you're invited. My mother's told me multiple times, did you invite Teresa? So it's tonight at 5:30.
Okay.
It's a dirty Santa,
Okay.
And you don't have to play.
Okay. Okay.
but you should.
Okay.
I got some cool gifts this year.
Yeah.
I was excited about it. I finished the last of them yesterday. I tell you what, I do not recommend going to Walmart 2 days before Christmas.
Oh God, no.
And in Florence yesterday, oh my gosh, the mall was packed. Target, it was just people. It was just bad. It was a bad day. There was traffic everywhere, and people aren't nice right now.
No.
'Tis the season.
And stuff is so expensive.
We were talking about that last night.
Yes.
Like just the amount of gifts we were wrapping, we were like, "Oh my God, we spent more this year," and it feels like it's less.
The girls only have like I think Clarissa has around 10 gifts, and I think Bella has around 13. So she just has just a few more. But budget wise, like they're about the same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and we barely got anything. I feel like.
Right. It's expensive. It's just that's what I was talking to Ron and my dad, and he was saying he was taking a couple of the girls shopping, and they were going to like
Abercrombie. Yeah.
Well, however you say it, and clothes that are too small for me. And anyway,
I'm straight, so no, I'm just kidding.
what'd you say?
It was a joke.
Okay. Anyway, so he was saying how expensive jeans are. He said he can't figure out how
Oh, I know.
some of these people have 2 and 3 or 4 pairs of those jeans and all these designers. It's just crazy, stupid crazy.
I think one pair of Bella's Levi's, I think was $60.
No, that's cheap.
And I was so
Compared to
upset.
these other
I'm like,
jeans
do you
that
know
are
how fast
$150,
she's growing?
$200.
Yeah.
Levi's are the cheap ones now.
They are.
Levi's used to be the expensive ones back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to make a shout out to your Aunt Karen. Good morning,
Well,
Karen.
it's my Aunt
Merry
Karen.
Christmas.
It's
She
her
goes,
sister.
hey now, Holly. OH.
I-O.
We Buckeyes are the heart of USA.
Hey, Karen.
I love y'all.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
do it's so funny. I always just pick, but people from Ohio are really just like everybody here. Just the accent's a little different, and
We don't have the accent.
some do.
When
You
we
have it.
come down here,
Say push.
It's you guys. You all have the accent, not me. So don't
And
push
y'all-
me around.
And y'all's dang stuffing. I mean,
It's good. What can I
Hey, you
say?
guys eat that old grainy cornbread dressing, which is,
she said, "Hey guys, love you all. Merry Christmas."
aw, love you too. Merry Christmas. But anyway, so we all had a great weekend, and so get today and tomorrow over with, and start the new year.
Yeah. Yep. Exciting times. Exciting times.
I'm supposed to be even showing a house the day after Christmas.
I tell you what, it's still active. Real
Well,
estate's
people
still
are off
active
work,
right now.
and
yeah, that's true.
People are home or they're here visiting, and
I just don't feel like the phones were ringing as much last year as they are this year.
I
They
think they
were.
probably
Were they?
were.
Yeah.
I was at last year, by the time I got to this point last year, and had not really had any kind of vacation at all last year, I was burnt out. So
Mhm.
this year, we've had a little bit of vacation in there. I'm not as bad.
Yeah,
right.
it's true.
All right, you want to get us
I
started?
know it's about that 3 months itch we got to scratch, babe.
No, we
You
are
know.
not taking a cruise right now.
It's about every 3 months we got to take a cruise.
No.
Oh.
All right. Well, this week, let me see here. This week, quote of the week. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I am not shut out. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Let me do that again because that was a little choppy. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Charles Dickens.
I thought that was appropriate for the timing.
So, Amazon Prime has a movie on there, and it says "Making of a Christmas," and it's about Charles Dickens or whatever. And of course, it's a lot of I'm sure fiction stuff in there thrown in there with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when he was writing A Christmas Carol,
Mm.
and it's actually really good. So if you're
You guys watch it?
I did. I'm the only one that's really been watching Christmas movies around our house. I think, burnt everybody out on Christmas movies.
I haven't watched the first one yet because the only ones I keep saying are that Hallmark Channel Christmas stuff. And
Oh,
I
see.
can't stand those.
She goes away and she gets famous and does well in her job, but she has to come back due to some illness or
I
something.
like those.
And
I
then
like those every
she
now and then.
sees her first crush and boyfriend of high school, and she has this ultimate dilemma. What do? I love this man, or do I go back to my life? In the end, she stays in the little town and gets married.
Okay, I do like those.
Okay, and that is 90% of Hallmark Christmas
It
movies.
is. It
Yeah.
really is. I like those whenever it's kind of one of those things while I'm doing something I can watch them, but Christmas Vacation
Oh,
is
yeah.
probably our favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't be R.
Mine and the girls and my family, so you're on your own.
You don't like Christmas Vacation?
I mean, Die Hard.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
And then we do like Rudolph, like the animation, like the claymation,
Claymation
when we were
ones.
kids.
Yeah, we had it on VHS at Grandma Grandpa's, and we would watch it.
Well, we didn't have the VHS. My family didn't have a lot of money at that time, so we have ads in ours where we recorded it from the TV.
Hey, whatever works.
And so, I mean, I still remember like
That's cool, though.
all the
Yeah.
like the Folgers commercials, the Campbell's soup commercials.
Should have been cigarette commercials if there was one.
No, well, I mean, there
No,
could
they
have
were
been.
banned. They were banned long.
Not back. Oh, well, yeah, when you guys were kids.
No, I actually remember Marlboro commercials when I was a kid, but
The
I remember
Camel.
Joe Camel.
The
yeah,
Camel.
the Joe Camp, and like you could gather up all the little things and buy
Marble
stuff.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, and buy stuff
Yeah,
with them.
my dad got like that big bag or something. I remember like that. It was a huge
I had a jean jacket from there.
bag.
A
duffel
Marlboro
bag.
jean jacket.
And that's what he got with their points.
They did have really cool like swag. I mean, I have to give them that
Yeah.
for their point.
Yeah. All that money that you have to get for them points, you get a duffel bag and cancer.
Right. That's true, sadly to say, as he goes outside
Don't worry.
to smoke.
Don't worry about the cancer. Here's a duffel bag.
So Miranda Thigpen said, "Merry Christmas Eve gift. Have a wonderful day." And Rebecca Hit said, "Good morning, guys."
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning. All right. Well, we will. Are we going?
No.
We are going to go to Numbers Aren't Sexy, but They Tell a Story. The numbers are from December 12th through the 21st. Right now, currently, we have 154 listings. That's as low as we've been for quite a while, probably a couple months. And we have 154 listings with an average list price of $366,622. For coming soon, that means they're not quite ready to let it loose yet and let the public see it. We have 5 of those with an average list price of $276,480. Under contract showing, that means that there's a happy buyer, happy seller, but the seller's just not quite ready to settle on that. He's hoping to get backup offers and allow additional showings. We have 9 of those with an average list price of $351,700. Under contract not showing, that means we've got some happy buyers, happy sellers, and we are going to head to close, hopefully. And we have 3 of those with an average list price of $303,000. We had 1 expired and 5 canceled. And for the week of December 12th through the 21st, we had 10 closings with an average sold price of $549,480. That's the average sold out of the 10. The number I tell everybody to pay attention to is the list price versus the sell price percentage. Sellers are getting 92.11% of their list price. From the time I put the sign in the yard till we went under contract took 70 days. From the time we went under contract till we went to close took additional 40. So all in all, it took about 110 days from start to finish. This time last year, 2023, we had 9 closings with an average sold price of $295,000. Big difference between 549 and 295. Last year, they were getting 95.63%, and it was taking about 124 days from start to finish. Interest rates are up. They are fluctuating back and forth, and right now they are up. 30-year fixed rate is 6.44. 30-year FHA is 6.44. A 30-year VA is 6.45, and a 30-year USDA is 6.50. Now, mind you, even though I say they're up, they're still in the 6s. They're still good rate. And remember, we've talked over and over about how we feel like it's going to stay and fluctuate within the 6s. may dip down in the high fives, but I think if we're in those sixes, it's a good time to buy. Those numbers are brought to you by Mortgage Loan United States. Currently, we have 5.6 months of inventory, and what that means, if everything on the market sells and we don't list anything new, then we will be homeless in 5.6 months. And those are your numbers, because numbers aren't sexy, but they do tell a story.
Woo.
Woo!
On that, on last week's numbers or this week's numbers or whatever.
Last week. Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes when we have really big closings, I think it skews the numbers because, you know, our really big closing was in that.
Yeah.
And it does, because that's not really our average. Our average
No.
probably really is that around 295, 300,000.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wish they could take out some of those when there's like a massive, like big sale like that. It just needs to be pulled.
Wonder whose big sale that probably was.
That was ours.
No, to get the average out of 10, there's got to be another big one too. I think.
I don't know. I didn't look at the individual prices.
Well, see, but you got to look at it too, because I had a buy and a sell and both were big.
Yeah.
So that I really think
You're
that's
probably
just
the
not,
one that skewed the numbers.
I skewed, I think, the numbers last week, which I will take that.
Keep skewing them numbers, baby.
Yeah. Keep skewing those numbers.
Yeah. It was a good Merry Christmas. And they've gotten moved in, and I'm so excited for them. It's such a sweet family. I can't wait to go
Yes.
by and see them all.
We need to put a sold sign up too, by the way.
I said something to him about doing that, and we've run nonstop. We didn't go to bed till 2:30.
Now you don't
this
need his
morning.
permission. You just need her permission.
Yeah, that's true.
And she'll let us.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yep.
Anyway, we'll keep going.
All
Where
right.
do I go next?
Now? You want to do it now?
Sure.
All right. We had a special guest in the studio last week, and I am excited. Austin Bohannon, and he is an up-and-coming, and I really, really like him. Austin and I have been friends for a couple years now, and I just like to watch his career blossom, and his vocals are stronger, and he's everywhere. He's opened up for who sings Badonkadonk?
It'll say it in the interview. We talked about it.
Anyway, he's opened up for
It's in the interview. They'll see it.
Anyway, watch the interview and it'll tell you. But he has got a Christmas song that he wrote that is absolutely.
I love it.
I know. Me
Now,
I
too.
want to see that song take off.
Now I want to just preface this with having live instruments in here and everything. We're still at the learning curve. Please forgive us for the little sound issues we're having with the instruments, but hopefully those will be all worked out and good to go for next year. So
Yeah, look up Austin. He's on Facebook. He's on all social medias. You'll be glad you did. But this song, I'd love to see a video about this song.
what are you talking about, the Christmas one?
I
The
love
Christmas
his
one.
Christmas song.
Yeah, it's the last
that
one.
needs to take off. I
Yeah.
want to see that song take off.
Me too. But anyway, here's our interview with Austin Bohannon. Hi. We are here with Austin Bohannon, and we have been friends for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him through his music, and I have the love in my heart for singer-songwriters, and especially local singer-songwriters. And my thing is always I feel we're kind of going down the same path. And we are trying to build relationships, and you're trying to build relationships, and what better way than to do it together? So welcome to
Thank you
Flora
for having me. Yep.
Rockstars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love the room. This is awesome.
Thanks. Nathan's worked really hard to get it to where it is, and we got bigger plans coming. So I'm excited.
Cool.
So you have had a big year this year.
Yeah, it's been the best year yet, so
I
that's good.
know,
We're
I
trending upward. That's good.
I know of two big events. So tell us about your year so far.
It has been a busy year. It feels like this time last year I was like in a spot where I was kind of like manifesting. Like I didn't have a ton going on, but I had some going on, and I was just kind of like constantly just thinking, I wish I was just busy full time doing this. I wish that, there was just always stuff to do. And then now I'm finally in a spot where I'm like, some days I'm like, I'm underwater and I'm
Be
drowning.
careful what you wish for.
But, I got everything I wish for. So, this year has just been like a lot of just networking, a lot of playing new shows, bigger shows, and making music that, I think is probably better than any music that I've been making. So it's everything that I've kind of been wanting. It's
When I watch the growth of singer songwriters and friends, and you can tell that growth in your voice, and you can tell the growth in your performance, and I really like to watch that,
Thank you.
and to see how you have grown, and and just doing such great things. So
Thank you.
talk about the two things I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
The
about?
Josie Awards and the
Well, no, that makes three. I forgot about that one. Trace Atkins.
oh yeah, the
And
Trace
then
Atkins.
your girlfriend.
Yeah, and then fiance now.
I know, that's the big news.
So yeah, I mean the Trace Atkins thing was just very random. I just got hit up by Liza, who's my assistant, and she had a phone call, made a phone call. I'm not sure. And she asked me, if I wanted to open for Trace Atkins, and I'm like, of course. Let me clear the
think
calendar.
about that.
Let me
Yeah.
clear the calendar. And so that was a no-brainer. I mean, that was awesome. Just being backstage with him, somebody who's done it, has been in my shoes, made it to the big stage, made a full career out of it. And seeing that, having my bus parked next to his bus was just a cool thing. So, yeah, that was kind of a surreal, full circle moment that I'm like, oh, my God, take a step back and, take a deep breath and soak it in. So that was cool.
Are you guys the same height?
I'm actually a little taller now.
Are you really?
I mean, I think it's one of those things where, like, when you get older, you
Oh,
kind of
yeah, we
shrink some.
shrink.
So I think he
Yeah.
might have shrunk like an inch or two. And we were kind of on a hill, but we did get a picture, and I was a little taller. And then I'm
Did
like,
it?
yeah, take that. Let me do my Trace Atkins voice.
Oh, that's funny. And then your other big news that you have this year.
Yep. So we were up in Nashville for the Josie Awards, and it was the only time I could get, like, both families together, and, like, it be a surprise because there's something going on that's, like, involves me. And so that's the distraction.
Right.
So it was the perfect time for to sneak the engagement and her not know.
She didn't know.
Oh no. Well, her sister sent a mass Snapchat to all of her friends at the boat dock where we were getting engaged, and sends a mass Snapchat and's like, about to get one of the Barker girls engaged, and sends it to Rachel
Oh,
while she's getting ready to come over there.
Oh no, no.
So she knew on the way, but you know what? She may have needed that time to like
Kind of chill.
Yeah,
and
like, take it
decide on
all
what she's
in
gonna
and
say.
not like pass out when she gets there. Make sure she can practice and she's going, yes, yes, I will marry you. Yes.
Yeah, you guys make a great couple. You look great
Thank
together.
you.
She's tall and beautiful. You're tall and gorgeous. So you guys
Yep,
make a.
she's great.
She is. She is such a sweet
awesome.
person. So yes, congratulations
Thank you.
on that. And what else you got coming up?
Well, we had that award show the next night.
Yes.
And so I got to go to the Grand Ole Opry and stand up there and give a speech. And that was insane because we had been sitting in that award show for like an hour and a half. And
Was there beverages involved?
yeah. And so, I'm like sleepy at the end of it. And I'm
Yeah.
like telling Rachel, I'm like, I'm not going to win anything. This is stupid. Let's just go. And it's like the last award. It's like the male vocalist of the year thing. And I'm like, let's go. And then they call my name and I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So that was a cool thing.
Yes.
As far as stuff coming up, I'm kind of I've got some shows in Florence, Alabama, this weekend, which I think I'm going to take some time off the first of the year.
Are
and
ya?
just because I've been running hard for like 2.5 years. I'm going to focus on like writing and producing and connections, meeting people, setting up meetings, taking that next step. I feel like if I just like take a step back from what I've been doing, take a leap of faith, something will present itself. But until I like step away from some of these bar shows,
Right.
I'll get stuck in them. So I feel like
Right.
I'm just going to take a leap of faith and take like 2 to 3 months off and just be like, something present itself.
Right. Do you guys have a date yet?
January of 2026. I think we're going to go out of the country.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're thinking like Mexico or the Caribbean.
Very nice. Very nice.
We went on a all-inclusive thing and just enjoyed it so much that we're like, yeah, this is it.
Good.
Live like kings
I know,
and
right?
queens. Yeah.
For a little while anyway.
For 6 days, and then you just come back and you're.
It's a reality.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, I hate it here.
I know. That's like the song about putting your toes in the sand and then you have to put them in the clay.
Oh God, I just want to keep them in the sand.
I know.
Drink out of coconuts.
Right, right. Well, we'll take a little break, and when we get back, then let's hear some music.
Yeah.
At Flora Mid-South Realty, we pride ourselves on our family values, professional service, and a deep local knowledge. With a small town feel and a personal touch, we're here to help you navigate the real estate process with ease. Whether buying, selling, or renting, you can trust us to guide you every step of the way. And don't forget to catch Flora Rockstars, our live podcast every Tuesday morning at 8. Flora Rockstars, rocking the real estate news and all things local. Flora Mid-South Realty, your hometown real estate experts.
Here's another one off the new EP called Higher. This is one of the first songs I ever wrote, so I'm glad to see it finally come to fruition after probably 3 or 4 years. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was looking at you, you were looking at me. Blonde hair, blue eyes get sweeter with time like muscadine wine. Gotta act right now before you leave, or I'll be out for the count referee with a whistle like 1, 2, 3. So I bought you a drink, and then you took my hand. We danced all night in the neon lights, said we can get higher than all those stars and all those airplanes. Your love is a fire, so roll me up and smoke me away. We can get higher. The last song came on, lights did too. It's time to make my move, didn't know what to do, so keep looking at you. So when you turned around, said, what's it gonna be? Well, don't let me go home alone, girl. We can get higher than all those stars and all those airplanes. Your love is a fire, so roll me up and smoke me away. He said we can get higher. Oh, he said we can get higher. All right, here's one off the new EP called Broke. No city lights on these old back roads. There ain't no rat race to be ran. No 9 to 5. You can work your whole life folding 20s in a Folgers can. Girl, I've been saving up. Pretty soon you'll be waking up to a place we call home. I spent my last blue-collar dollar on a house in a holler, put a hand-me-down rock on her hand. Blue jeans and a bobber out there by the water, right next to mama and them. A simple life down an old dirt road is worth more than its weight in gold, so don't fix what I ain't broke. Don't fix what I ain't broke. She don't need no fancy things. You won't see no Louis V on her arm. All she wants is a couple kids running round and 10% down on a farm. My little amazing grace just wants to find a place, make it our slice of heaven. So I spent my last blue-collar dollar on a house in a holler, put a hand-me-down rock on her hand. Blue jeans and a bobber out there by the water,
right next to mama and them. A simple life down an old dirt road is worth more than its weight in gold. So don't fix what ain't broke, and don't fix what ain't broke. It ain't broke. Thank you. Sweet. All right, here's a Christmas song that I had just come out. It's available everywhere, called Reindeer Games. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a little shiny nose. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer was looking for a doe. He flew down to Alabama one snowy winter day. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer still playing the reindeer games. He said, girl, I can take you to meet Santa. And did you know that I'm the leader of his sleigh? She fell in love, but when she woke up, he was gone by Christmas Day. 'Cause Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer still playing the reindeer game. 2 weeks after Christmas, he marked Bama off his list. Flew on up to Tennessee to see what he could get. He landed in some big tall pines, couple miles out of Nashville. Walked up on a whitetail and gave the same old spill. He said, girl, I can take you to meet Santa. Did you know that I'm the leader of his sleigh? She fell in love, but when she woke up, he was gone by Christmas Day. 'Cause Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer still playing the reindeer game. Yeah, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer still playing the reindeer game.
Thank you, Austin. That was fabulous. And I love Rudolph and the Reindeer Games. I think that is just an awesome Christmas song. And I'd love to see that go farther. And I'm excited for him. So,
Yeah, that reindeer games. It's
Uh.
like, and just listening to it, it's like this is like real life, but in like
I know, Christmas. It's like an
funny.
adult Christmas song, you know? I mean,
you
it's
get it. You get the adult innuendos.
right, right. I love the part where I can take you to go meet Santa.
I know.
So anyway, so thank you again, Austin Bohannon. Check him out all over social media. You'll be glad you did. So
And
now,
again, yeah, sorry about the quality of the sound when the guitar was cutting out. I have settings I need to work on with having musical instruments and picking up the right.
we'll get
it'll
it. We're
better.
still learning, and we'll get it.
You need to get the guy from church and talk to him. He might can help you
Yeah,
out with that because
keeps
we do
going.
a lot of music with church.
Yeah, and then Ben Luna over there said that he'll come in and give me some pointers too. So.
Nice.
That'll be good. Yeah, pointers help.
I love networking with all these people. It's
I know.
great.
I know. I need to get some plugs. I want to get plugs for the Tennessee Valley and exports from Ben that we can throw in for
Sure.
advertisement and stuff like that. And then I really want to get a plug. I'm going to talk to Adam or whoever over at church and get a plug for church if they have stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do.
Sure.
we can do all
True,
kinds
true,
of
true.
stuff like that.
Yeah, we can. We can. So anyway, our topic today is Santa's Guide to Real Estate Finding the Perfect Chimney-Ready Home. Thank
That was
you.
a mouthful.
I know.
Chat GPT at its finest.
It is. It is. So,
A lighthearted and fun take on what makes a home perfect for Santa's visit.
I love it.
I just think that it's, people always want to wait till after the holidays and stuff, but you just had a buyer that just closed and she's all moved in and she's probably got her tree up and
I have
they just
another
moved
one,
in
too.
last.
Well, yeah, we have another one that we did a temporary occupancy on just to get them moved in right before Christmas.
Yeah, we're
Because
paying
we're waiting
$50
on
a
a water
day.
test. They were going to be living in a hotel,
Oh, wow.
and they have two girls, and I'm like, we can't do this.
Right.
Right.
So luckily, everybody worked together, and we have worked really well. I like working with other agents who work like I do, and everybody's just trying to make this happen and get along, and it's worked out real good.
Well, speaking of that, talk about that show that you want to start doing.
I do want to do come first of the year, wants to kind of put some plans in line, and that'll be something I'll work on right before the first of the year. So I'll be working next week on the back end stuff of our business, and I want to work with other agents locally and even non-locally that would come on the radio station and highlight listings
Podcast.
and podcasts. Sorry,
That's okay.
it is what it is.
It is.
But no, just
Podcast.
open up this forum for other agents in our community. There's no need to not work well with others, if that makes
There's
sense.
plenty of
You
business
know,
out there.
it's a big enough pie out there.
Mhm.
You just got to work for your piece, and that's it.
Right.
And we want to open up this forum to get better acquainted with some other agents that I haven't particularly worked with or
I've
whatnot.
worked with a lot of great agents locally.
We have a
here,
lot of
too.
great agents here.
And I think that's because ultimately, when you look at it, all of our ultimate goal, for the most part, for majority of us all, we are there for our clients
Right.
and to represent them the best way, no matter whether it's the seller or the buyer. We're in
Well,
it for them.
And you're primarily a buyer's agent and you work well providing the service and the steps and the everything that you have to do from start to finish with a buyer, and that's why I think the collaboration would be good, because there's some agents out there that are just listing agents. They don't
Yes.
work with buyers, and so it takes two, and I really think that's a great idea.
You know,
And
I think it should take two anyways. I've never
I
been
do too.
I think
I've
everybody
never
needs
been
to
a
be
fan of
fully
dual
represented.
agency. Yeah, everybody needs to be represented.
And not just
on
step
their
out of the
behalf.
deal. It's been a very difficult, thing, and where you're just middleman. After that point, you don't really represent anybody. You're just middleman.
You
push
can't
paperwork
legally.
and,
You can't represent anybody.
I don't like that. It would be in the state agency, you can do dual agency.
Yeah.
We just choose not to in our company. I can't imagine trying to represent both fairly, because somebody's going to have.
There's got to give or take somewhere, and who?
Somewhere.
Well, I always look at it, and I might be wrong, but the seller has hired someone to do a job.
Correct. And now, in the middle of doing that job, the agent picks up another client. Now they can't do the job you originally really hired them for.
And that job is to get the best deal possible
For the most
for the
money.
most amount of money, for the least amount of
Less
time, with the
stress.
less amount of stress. And so that's what you're hired to do when you're a listing agent. Then all of a sudden, and there's such a misconception out there that you got to call the name on the sign. And I just went through that. And
I hear that a
So,
lot too. Still,
if I am hired by a seller to do my job, which is to get the most amount that I can, most market value that I can, the fastest and the quickest and the least amount of stress. But then I got to bring in a buyer because somebody called me off the sign, and now I've got a seller and a buyer that now I can't represent either one. I could represent the seller, but then the buyer is unrepresented.
Correct.
And they have no, there is a few guidance that I
But
can give
thinking
them.
they are represented.
Correct.
well,
Correct.
what I hear from these buyers too is they think, well, because I call the listing agent, I'll get a better deal.
No, absolutely not. It's quite the
No,
opposite.
because what did you hire the seller's agent? What did the seller hire the agent to do?
And remember,
to get the
buyers.
best deal for the most money.
And remember, buyers. The listing agent was hired before the buyer came along.
Right.
And
So
that's what they hired to do. For the best deal for the most money. That is what the selling agent's supposed to do, or the listing agent. But I but it takes both. I mean, I enjoy listings, but I find that my favorite is working with buyers and kind of guiding them through that. That's just where my niche is. It took me a little bit to figure that out. And I know, there was always, well, if you're not a listing agent, you're not going to make it in this, in the real estate world. And
I don't agree
will
with that.
fully
my
disagree with that.
mom,
I
your
know,
grandmother,
I know.
that
I
she
think
preached
that was that time period.
forever and ever and ever. That's what she always. And I started out a buyer's agent.
Well, to be honest, to be fair, a buyer's agent has more work as far as going places.
Yes,
correct.
I work
Correct.
way
You know,
harder
a
than most
listing
agents.
agent.
Well, I don't know
lists
about harder. It's just there's a lot more steps for a buyer's agent than a listing agent.
it. Right.
A sell, and so you do put on miles on your car. You do spend more time researching in the internet and trying to do the best job possible for your buyer. And sellers do have time invested. They do have money invested if they
Absolutely.
are professional. Hopefully nobody's taking pictures off their cell phone anymore. Hopefully they're having professional pictures done. And
that's a topic I want to dive into one day next year on the show, about pictures and where's that line of lying and putting the best foot forward.
oh yeah, they just show you all the good stuff and not
I
the
could
bad
go on
stuff.
a tangent on that one because I
Yeah.
will believe in professional photos. So
Oh
But
yeah,
but I didn't mean to sidetrack us, but I want to have that as a topic
Mhm.
because we can dive deep into that, I think.
yeah,
I just want to start educating the public that know what you're getting into. If you call the agent on the sign, the agent's all excited because you know what happens for the agent. The agent then, if the seller and the buyer then, and that agent, that listing agent that was hired by the seller, then writes up the offer, you go under contract, that agent is excited because they get two sides of the deal. So they're going to get a fatter paycheck. And
They get two sides of the deal and don't represent nobody legally.
yes. So it's just, know that you have options and know that
Calling and just knowing that calling the listing agent isn't going to guarantee you the best deal.
no. They may know more about that right from the property, which I hope they do, from the get-go and answer your questions quickly, but that's not anything that we can't find out about. And I really feel that we shouldn't be able to sell our own listings, and I've felt that way forever and ever.
I mean, there's some states you can't.
Well, I don't know that.
Yeah,
but,
there's some states their dual agency is not allowed. I think there's 13.
well, you got facilitator, though.
yes.
A dual agent is when you're representing both sides,
Yeah, but
which is impossible. And then you've got facilitator where
Correct.
you represent no sides.
correct.
And so you've got a facilitator this hat's not staying on. You got a facilitator status, I believe, in all states. I don't know that. I don't know legals in states, but I just feel that, there is still such a misconception for buyers to think they have to call the listing agent when that's just a disservice to them.
Mhm.
And they need to find somebody that is going to be their representation and their agent and do everything possible for them to get the best deal with the least amount of stress in a timely manner. So I think that's one thing we really need to push next year.
Right. Now, I've talked to Holly about this before. Is part of my. I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you. Nathan's got head colds going on, or head sinus, or head something going on.
Head
So
allergy.
But one of the things that I want to work for in my career going forward is making it outlawed in the state of having dual
Yeah.
agencies and facilitator and stuff like that.
yeah,
That's going to take some getting on up in
Yeah.
the political and getting on the board and all that where they make the changes.
I got nothing but time.
Yeah, right.
I
Where?
just, that is not, I'm not sure that's
That's
an
a
elephant.
huge battle.
I don't think that's one I want to tackle.
I want to go for full, just force it, get people on board and go.
Yeah. All for you. I'll support you.
But back to the topic. The topic is finding the right home, and then that's what you hire a buyer's agent to do is you have a conversation with that buyer's agent in the beginning and what is your dreams? What is everything you want in a home? And then that agent is supposed to then help you, depending on your budget, help you figure out and check as many boxes as possible with that home. Are you going to check every box? Probably not.
No.
But you're going to check as many because that's her job or his job as a buyer's agent is to find those homes that check as many boxes as possible. And do you know how long it takes you to find those homes like that? I know Zillow is a big player in buyers finding homes and things, but we can find out so much more. So I think that buyers agents or buyers need to really utilize buyer agent.
Well, see, that's the other thing too. Is that's a part of like networking is with all these other agents. Some of them will send me some of their listings to see if I have buyers for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll directly send it to me. Hey, look, I've got this listing that's coming soon. And then, hey, do you have somebody for it?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll have a little bit of insider information before it even hits the market. It just kind of depends.
Right.
On that, and that's where I want to grow within that because as far as networking, because if somebody does have like a really good listing and they know it's going to be good, I really want them to reach out to me because there is a very good chance of a buyer for it.
Right. So I guess our topic ended up being buyer's agents.
Kind of. I mean, because it still all loops together of a dream
It does.
home and what you're looking for, because you've got to make sacrifices. I don't care if you're looking at a $500,000 house or $1 million home. There is something always that's
Which is not much anymore. Holy
No.
mackerel.
There's going to be something that's missing from that home that doesn't check every box.
Well, not always. That we've had plenty of it where we've went up in the price a little bit because it checked every box.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't happen that as often. Like even the one that we just closed on last week,
but from a
it didn't have enough bathrooms, so they're actually having to
from a
build a new
consumer standpoint, though. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry.
That's your sinus head.
I think.
But anyway, so, think twice. I guess the moral of the story would be if you are a buyer and think twice before you call the agent on the sign. You can call the agent on the sign and ask questions. But if you're really interested and you really want somebody to go to bat for you, then you need an agent of your own. You need representation that is solely your representation, and not fighting, but going up for you. Or
Sometimes you battle. Sometimes
yeah,
it's fighting.
there is a battle. sometimes. So.
But what I was going to say earlier is, as a consumer, if I'm spending $750,000 to $1 million on a home, it better be checking 99.9% of my boxes.
Yeah, but
No,
They
it won't.
don't.
Not nowadays, because this inflation goes up, so do the prices
Mm-hmm.
of homes go up, and what you could buy for, $150,000 is now our $350,000 home sometimes.
mm-hmm.
It's just where we're at in inflation,
Right.
and that's not going to
And the cost of homes. During the pandemic, in 1 year, our price increase, value increased by 22%. We have continuously increased in value. We've had a raise, now not 22. The next year, I believe it was 13%. And then I think this year we're going to have a around a 5%.
I could see that.
But we still increase in value, and it makes, the homes are getting more expensive. And so you're not going to check a whole bunch of boxes. And that's my job as a buyer's agent, or Holly's job as a buyer's agent, is to educate that buyer, even at that monies. This is what you get in this price point. This is what you're going to get in this price point. This is what you're going to get in that price point. And so a person usually can only spend so much. They can only borrow. They only qualify for so much. So it's my job to set the expectation of that buyer, to make sure that that buyer understands and lives within his means. Because the last thing I want somebody to do is get in over their head,
Yep.
and a year and a half from now they lose it. And that's not what I want.
No.
And so we don't paint unrealistic pictures. We paint the true picture. You may not want to hear it, may not like it, but we paint a best picture we can, whether it's going to be what you want to hear or not.
Yeah, it's just, we don't want to waste your time and waste your expectations, so make sure we'll have that hard conversation, and then we'll manage those expectations. And so nobody's surprised when something
I like
happens.
to think outside the box. Sometimes, we have to get creative when within a budget. Sometimes we have to get really creative. Like there's their must have. You have a must have list. Like it has to have this. Let's just say it has to have 4 bedrooms. Well, we're going to get creative if we're within budget. We're going to look for a 3-bedroom, and then we're going to look for a place that either has a bonus room that we can convert into a 4th bedroom. Like, we're going to get creative. Can we turn that office into an actual bedroom? Can we turn that bonus room into a bedroom and make it usable? I've done that multiple times. Good friends of ours, they did that because they needed that 4th bedroom. But we could never find one that was a good house and a good price. And so we did find one it had like this big office. Basically, it was a big office, and they converted it into a bedroom.
Wow.
And it works out wonderful for them as a family. So everybody has their own bedrooms, and
right.
We get creative.
Well, and sometimes people, agents and buyers and sellers, they're not visionaries. They can't see beyond what's in front of them. And so when we go in and we look at the house, and then we think outside of the box, because this is our job. We do this a lot every day. And so we help that agent, or we help that buyer. Well, you know what? You could turn that into a bedroom. You can turn that into the dining room.
We could add extra. Once the money's available, you could add this extra bathroom here. There's plenty of square footage.
Right. And and that's just one more reason that you have somebody to be in your corner.
Well, probably should all be wrapping it up.
I know it's Christmas Eve, and we have a full
docket for the day.
We do.
Well, I just want to say Merry Christmas to all, and thank everybody for a great year that we have had. And I hope your heart is full and your memories are made, and you have a joyous holiday season.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Ditto.
Thanks for all of your thanks for being great clients. And we will be seeing you after the new year. We will not be on next week because we are going to be traveling to see more friends. So we're not done celebrating yet with everybody.
They're just a partying family. You are. You are.
It's once a year. We all make it worth it. Of course, we all pass germs around too.
All right, everybody. You want to tell them your name and how to get a hold of you?
We are Cavin's home team. I'm Holly Cavins, and Nathan Cavins, my lovely husband over there. You can reach me at 931-345-2406.
And don't forget, Nathan is doing property management, and will be working really hard to grow property management this year. And
If you, I do have a couple rentals available, not much out there at the moment, but we should be getting some more here soon. But give me a call at 931-236-2650, and I'll let you know what's going on.
All right. And I am Teresa Flora, and my number is 931-271-5790. Or you can check us out here at the office. The office will be closed this week. We will be opening up January 2nd. So everybody have a happy new year. And did I say where we were going to
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.